Hey, what's going on? This is an exclusive for UKHH.com. It's your girl Sweet Debelle. I'm on the ends, Streatham High Road, in the only place I get my hair done. I get my locks retwisted and nice and looking. So let's go inside and do this thing. 2012 has been a great year for me. I released my second album, Freedom of Speech, did some touring, did the whole festival season, probably done about 50 shows this year, probably more than 50 shows actually. So that's, touring's always fun, festivals always a lot of fun. Did a documentary as well with BBC Three. It's been a good year. It's December now, so I'm like, trying to make sure I got things ready for 2013. Do you know what I mean? Having the right meetings and trying to get, more doors open. I don't know how that came about, to be quite honest. I basically my manager called me and was like, TINCHY, STRYDER, DIONNE, BROMFIELD have done a remix and they wanted to have a listen to it and see if you approve it to be on the Olympics. And there was a few versions actually. I was a big fan of the first version. That was my favourite one. But yeah, I said cool. Do you know what I mean? It's not something you say no to. I was out cool with that. I didn't go to the events. I did go to I think it was at Greenwich, the O2, and they had the houses there. I went to, I think it was Jamaica House was there, or that might have been East London actually. But yeah, we went down there and watched Bolt and Blake, some of the other races as well. But I didn't actually go to the Olympics. I was too scared to go to the Olympics. I thought, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I thought, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to happen. I thought the aliens were coming and everything. I thought it was going to happen, so I didn't go. I don't think music has to. I don't think all music has to. I think, the reason why I write the way I do is because when I got into music, it was those type of songs that drew me in. So when I go to write something, that's like my comfort zone, that's the place I go to, that's how I express. But I don't think everybody needs to. I think we need to have party music, we need to have some ignorant music, we need to have unnecessarily aggressive music, do you know what I mean? We need to have music that suits every part of our characters. So, I think the ones that are doing it is good and the ones that are not doing it is good too. I think with festivals you get to enjoy yourself, have a great show and then get back out again. Whereas touring, you're kind of in there for the long haul, and with festivals it can be just a little bit too short. Like this year we did festival and we stayed for 2 days. But a lot of the time festivals is a lot of fun, but it's just a bit too short. And sometimes tours, when you get to your 15th day, and do you know what I mean, 15 days, 15 shows, it can kind of, it gets a little bit rough. But I don't know, I'm going to say touring. I'm going to say I like touring. Just because you get to see so many different places. This year we toured a lot of Eastern Europe, like Slovakia and Czech Republic and Russia. So, it's a great opportunity to be able to see a lot of different places, eat a lot of different types of food, which is one of my favourite things to do. Yeah, I'm definitely a foodie. It's becoming an alternative path in my career. I didn't see much things outside of music, funny enough, and then when I kind of made it to a certain extent, and made it as in not having to go back to a day job, that's at the point when I started thinking about things outside of music as well. I think, I think as a creative person, once you get into something and it works, you need to find something else. There's something there's something very, you know, it keeps your spirit going with trying to make something work, and I'm a fan of that. And so, you know, I think next year I want to try and do something else, and it's probably going to be something to do with food. Yeah, basically, I think, you know, the track Live the Message kind of, it's a real rapper's type of song, do you know what I mean? The music, the beat, and I just wanted to hear other people on there, and I started thinking about who the people I'd like to hear on there, and you know, as I was starting to write lists of names, it was just getting longer and longer, and there's not anybody I wanted to take off, do you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, this song kind of deserves not to be treated in the music industry sense of the word, and trying to, you know, let's think about the radio here, let's think about how many minutes it is and how many choruses, and I think it deserves to just completely ignore that and just be what it is, and which is, you know, just hip hop. No choruses, just back to back, 7.5 minutes, and I'm glad we did it like that. And I ended up with a lot of rappers that I appreciate from the scene. Like, I'm a fan of everybody that's on there. I was actually talking about this yesterday when we was filming the video for the REFIX, and we were talking about this. You know, like, you know, on one side there's the sort of hip hop is still young compared to America, but then on the flip side it's like, well, right now hip hop is probably the most successful it's ever been in the UK. Do you know what I mean? You've got like Reg 32, #1. I think the only thing is I think because you have grime now, those two worlds have kind of started to come together a little bit, and you know, an artist that when you first hear them, you might be like, oh, they're a rapper, and then you listen to it, like, actually, I'm not sure, is this a grime MC? So I think because of that, it kind of makes people like, well, I'm not sure what UK hip hop is anymore, but I think it is the most successful it's been. I think it's the first time that I'm aware of that I've seen, you know, people like Reg 32 have a #1. Before that, it was like So Solid Crew before that, doing it big like that. Do you know what I mean? Not Outside or Wiley, but I can't think of a UK rapper that you know, has kind of had the success that people are having now. So actually, Roots Maneuver. Let me say that, Roots Maneuver. But yes, I think it's a successful time for hip hop. It might you know, it might be losing its identity because of that a little bit, but I think, you know, that's the give and take. Live for the Message, REFIX, aim straight for the system, how I make and reevaluate statistics. You're getting crumbs while they're snacking on a biscuit. Are you surprised when they're outside in the streets with oppression in their eyes? Pressurized like ties, no longer mesmerized by the lies of the elite that's repeated on your TV screen. Ain't that your team? If you happy with poverty like being broke or what, this is something to be proud of. We root for them, pretty much put on suits for them, ready to rape and pillage, heading to our village. They on that Coney campaign. You think they care about man in the bush, or they don't care about man in Shepherd's Bush? We gotta know when they playing us, cause no justice is just us. We live for these injustices. So before I entrust them with my consciousness, we have to confront them, we can stop and get the pop off the block. Boom. You can catch me all the next week, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, 14th, 15th. I'm doing some tours. Check out SpeechDebelle.com. I'll be in Jazz Cafe in London, the Horn in Brighton, I'll be in Bristol, I'll be in Birmingham. So yeah, check out SpeechDebelle.com for the dates.